favorite, but I also don't really like her. She's pretty much between I hate her, and meh. You know, she's like somewhere in that region of dislike. And it just doesn't feel like she should be the one here to fight Yuha with Ichigo. It sort of feels like either Ichigo should fight one-on-one, Ichigo and Uryu, Ichigo and Rukia, or Ichigo, Chad, or Hime, Uryu, and Rukia. I think I said all of them. Pretty much like the original 5 guys, you know? You know, that'd be cool, like these are the 5 characters that started off the series, they'll also be the 5 characters that end up the series in the huge final battle. But yeah, unless something changes, it looks like the final battle is going to be with Ichigo and Orihime. I mean, I wouldn't be like as mad about this if she, like, the war seemed like a good time to have her fight somebody, you know? I mean, I know she's like the defense person, and then, or the healer, and you know, and she's not really supposed to fight people. But she's talking about how she's like now strong enough to fight alongside him, but she won't really be doing anything because she's not. Pretty much, like, her whole thing was trying to get strong enough to help people, which I don't really know if, because she can get strong enough in the area of like healing, but she says like get strong enough to fight alongside them, and it just, she's not a fighter, so it feels weird to say that when she said that, but it also makes it feel like, oh, so she wants to fight people, but she hasn't really done enough throughout the series to warrant being in the final battle, you know? Because she had her whole thing with like the Hogyoku, but she pretty much just gave up on that like right away. She mentioned it like twice, never brought up again. She said she was strong enough and she didn't need Ichigo to protect her. In the fight against Sukiura, she ended up just falling to her knees and begging Ichigo to stand up and protect her. And after that, it's just, you know, yeah, you know what I mean. But let's finish the chapter. So Ichigo and Yu appears before Yuha, and he's pretty much just saying like, I've been patiently waiting for your arrival. What took you so long, my child of darkness? And yeah, that's where the chapter ends. Okay, I didn't really think that we'd be getting to the Yuha fight until all the other fights are taken care of. Because, yeah, you know, it's the final battle. That should be like the final battle, or at least start last. Which technically kind of did. Because now we have 4 battles left. Most likely 4 before the end of the series. And no, I'm not counting Chad and Ganju versus the stone statue things. What I'm talking about is Ichigo versus Yuha. I guess Ichigo and Orihime versus Yuha. Whoever fights Gerard versus Gerard. Uryu versus Hashwald. And Aizen and Izuru versus the Lily Barrow Chicken Flamingo things. And with that fight, I kind of had like this thought. Because if like, you remember like way back in like chapter, I think it was sometime before the second invasion started. I don't know, like chapter 530 maybe, I don't know. That's like a rough estimate. We saw that the Fullbringers came back. And so what I was thinking was, okay, well ever since then they haven't, you know, like showed up again. And so maybe this is what Kubo's doing with them, like he's gonna have like this huge epic tag battle between the Fullbringers, Izuru and Chair Aizen versus all the Lily Barrow clones, because granted if like Mayori did something to Izuru to make him like stronger, I still don't think he'd be able to beat Lily, even if he is now in this like weird, weaker form, which doesn't really make sense because he should be able to come back together into one and then just kill him instantly. But Aizen's also there, but at the same time I don't really think Aizen can do much except for like fire spirit pressure at people, you know? Like just kind of like crush them into nothingness, which doesn't really make sense because I'm pretty sure you can't crush light. Well, then again, Izuru weighed them down with his sword. Alright. Shut up, ice cream truck! Hopefully I pick up. Okay. And then, like, because he can't really do much from the chair other than like crush people or like fire his spirit pressure at things like he tried to do to the Soul Palace. So what I was thinking was, the other 3 Fullbringers that died are going to show up and help fight the Lilies, and they're going to somehow win. Might be. I don't know why I said it like that. Well, I think that's probably what will happen. That's probably what's going to happen with the Fullbringers. I actually have 3 theories for the Fullbringers. 1, I just went over. 2, they're somehow going to get up to the Soul Palace and they'll help fight Gerard however they can. Or 3, Cooper just forgot about him. And I'm honestly banking on the 3rd one, just because that kind of would not surprise me. Also, am I the only one like that's a little, just a tiny itty bitty ticked off that Uryu versus Hashwolf was like, just like we skipped like to the middle of that fight, because at like the end of like chapter, I think it was like 661 or 662, they like pull back their bows and they're all getting ready to like go at each other, and then it just like cuts away. We do the fight with Askin, we do part of the fight with Gerard because he's still kicking, and then we cut back and Uryu's just like drenched, just completely soaked in his own blood. And it's just kind of like, oh, I was, you know, Uryu's his successor. Everyone thought it would be Hashwolf would be a successor to that. You know, that'd be a cool fight. You know, yeah, it was just kind of like disappointing mostly. Like, they're still going to fight. Like, it's still going to show them fight. But at that point, Uryu's already hurt, and it's not going to feel as good as the rest of these fights have been because we started them from the beginning and gone straight to the end with them. But with this, it's going to be like we started, like the fight was set up, we skipped 50% through the fight, and then maybe we're going to get to see the rest of it. That's pretty much it. That's the end of the review. See you guys next time.
「心臓を握りしめた手は」